Hey, welcome to the channel. I have had this little car for a few months now. Bought it on Banggood, I think it was, or possibly AliExpress. It is a Pinecone Model SG-1802. 1/24th scale, I think this one is, or might be 1/18th. I've not got the box anymore, so can't tell you. But got this one for my son as his kind of first crawler. It's not too fast and it seemed to be pretty sturdy. Saw a couple of reviews of it and thought it was worth a try. Actually been really impressed with it. For a little cheap, I think it was about £40 when I bought it. I think they're going for about £50 at the moment. But yeah, it's been a really cool little truck, and had quite a few issues with it in terms of things breaking, but it's all been kind of stuff that's just either come loose or just needed tightening up, or I had issue with little cheap servos. It takes one of these little 9-gram SG-90s, and this one just started to fail. It's just getting a little bit temperamental, so I got one for, I think it was £1 or £2, and just swapped it over. And the steering, I think the servo that came with it, this one, I think it had a fault from day one, because the steering was never great on it. As soon as I replaced it with exactly the same type of servo, it was working brilliantly. So the only other main issue I've had with it is the motor. So it's got a little 050 motor in here. Get that to focus. Just tiny little motor. And this one, it seems to have, it's just like a press fit pinion gear that's on it. And the pinion gear just keeps coming loose and spinning around, and I'll take it off and clean it all up and then put some super glue on and it'll last for a little while. But my son, he's only 3, so he's got a habit of ramming this into things and keeping his finger on the throttle, so it's going against the wall, and that's just, you know, stopping the super glue doing its job. So had a look online, and apparently these little RGT motors, again it's just a 050, these are meant to fit it. So these are the RGT ones. Got this for, I think it was £6, including delivery off Banggood, and amazingly it arrived in the UK within 7 days, and it's not broken, which is always a good sign. But yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see that there, but that's the little pinion gear. It's just a little press fit again, but hopefully this one will be a bit sturdier. So it's got different type of connector on it. The one here is connected by the little JSTs, so I am going to swap that over today and hopefully get this running again. At the moment it came with like a tiny little LiPo. I've been running it on a 2S 600 milliamp LiPo, which I got from Amazon, and it's brilliant. It lasts for well over an hour. I don't think we've ever ran it long enough to run this out. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, a few little issues, but it's very easy to take apart. I mean, to get to the motor, you've got 3 screws down at the bottom here. Take those out, the motor and the gears just pop right out. It's an all-in-one ESC receiver unit that's there. Never had any issues with it. Comes with nice little receiver, transmitter, which has got your steering trim, throttle trim, not much else really, just a little basic one, but it's got the little foams on it as well. Actually really nice little controller to use. I think this one just takes a couple of double A's. So yeah, so I'm gonna get these fitted. Oh, the only other thing I've done to this is to add a few weights. So the larger LiPo added a little bit extra weight at the back, but it did seem to be quite top heavy with the cab on. So I added an extra few just little wheel weights onto the top of the servo there, which just brings it down enough. I was going to put wheel weights in it because there's nothing in the wheels. It does look like they're bead locked, but I'm not sure if it's a proper bead lock or if it's glued tires, but they feel like they've got little sponges in there as well. But yeah, putting these weights on just on top of the servo seemed to do a lot of good actually, so don't have a lot of issues with it toppling over. So yeah, so I'm going to install this motor and then we'll see how it does. Alright, so I've added in the new motor and everything went fine. The only thing that came up was, if you're going to get the same motor, you see the little red dot there. Now the motor came wired with this one being the positive, which you'd kind of expect from the red dot, but it's actually the negative, which I think is quite common on a lot of these like the little Chinese made motors. So yeah, I wired it up as the motor was on the replacement one, the RGT one, and yeah, it was backwards, so I had to strip it back down and rewire that again. Then after I'd done that, I remembered that on the transmitter, the middle one at the top there, that's actually a throttle reverse, so I could have just done that, but never mind, it's all done now. Not had much of a chance to test it yet. I've got it on this, I'll put it on the slowest setting just now. I was hoping that this was going to give it a little bit more power, because the one drawback to this car is that the lowest speed setting, which you would normally use for crawling, it's not got much power at all. It's fine for kind of going over little obstacles, but you know, that's it, full throttle, and it's really struggling just to get over that. If I put it on the second speed setting, so it goes a bit faster, get a bit more power, and you can go over it, but it's not the smoothest. It does kind of jerk about quite a bit. So I think that's down to the ESC receiver combo that's in it. I might swap those out later on, but seeing as my 3-year-old is playing with this car, I'll probably not, because I'm thinking about getting a SCX 24 for myself, so obviously that is going to be a little bit better than this Pinecone Models one. But I mean, apart from that issue, just for kind of driving around, it's a fun little truck. Very easy to strip down, repair any bits that come out of it. Yeah, not really had any issues at all. So yeah, there's just a quick video. Yeah, cheers, bye.